Hey everyone, my name is James Klim, and I'm bringing you another Halo Reach HD gameplay. We're playing Invasion on Boneyard. And I guess in this video I'm going to talk about a bit about, like a little story, I guess. And it's going to be about my first ever attempt. Well, no, I wouldn't say my first attempt, but, at least, you know, this is an attempt of me trying to get a girlfriend in high school. This is back when I was a freshman, and I'm a senior right now, so about 4 or 3 years ago, probably 4 years ago. So yeah, I know I said sorry. And so I wanted to get this girl as my girlfriend, and I'm gonna, well, I know a few people from school actually watch me on YouTube, so they'll probably know who I'm talking about. But for people who don't know, I'm just gonna call her by her first name, and the girl is Brooke. Her name is Brooke. And that should already be giving away a few hints if people don't know already. But regardless, her name is Brooke. And, you know, this is freshman year. You know, this is my first step into high school. And I wanted to set, you know, like, I guess before I really wasn't into relationships and I didn't care. But I'm like, you know, this girl, she looks really nice. And I liked the way she looked. And she was funny and very nice. And I thought, you know, why not give it a shot? And she was in my first period math class, and you know, I sat next to her, and I'm like, okay, you know, time to make your move. And you know, I didn't really execute it that well, and I was always, well, I guess, you know, she would like ask me like, oh hey, do you have a pencil? And I'm like, yeah, here. And you know, as kind of retarded as this might sound, I felt special that I was giving a really pretty girl a pencil. It's like, oh, if it weren't for me, she wouldn't have a pencil, and you know, I'm there because like I was here for a reason, and it was pretty rewarding, you know, for her to be, you know, happy and smiling, and it just made me feel pretty good. And she's also in my last period class, which was my physics class, and I tried my damn hardest to have her sit next to me, and you know, so I keep saying as the school year kept going by, you know, she actually wanted to sit next to me, and you know, we talked for a while and everything was going great, and I'm like, awesome. But I never brought up the thing. I'm like, hey, you want to go out or whatever? Because I guess at that point I didn't really know how to do it that well. And I mean, I was not in it to get laid. That was honestly like probably the last thing on my mind. It was to have sex with the girl, and I did not have sex with the girl. And I didn't want to. I just wanted to build up a really friendly relationship before, you know, that crap got involved and all the, you know, bad stuff like getting her pregnant. That's one thing I was definitely not aiming for, and I did not, and that's good. I did not get her pregnant. That's, you know, that's the last thing I wanted to happen. So, you know, it's coming down, we're about halfway through, and then this guy, his name is Miguel, and he comes to our physics table. This is my last period class of the school day, and you know, he starts getting, you know, close to the girl, and I get a little territorial. It's kind of funny because I'm using like the girl as an object, and she's like, it's mine, damn it, and you know, she actually starts liking him a bit more than me, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, everything was going great, and this douchebag came out of nowhere, and he's stealing my girl. And I'm like, I'm not gonna let this happen. I have to take authority, and I'm not saying, you know, she's my property. That's not what I'm trying to get at all. But I'm just saying, you know, I like her more, I like her, but I quote unquote saw her first. So hands off, bud. And I don't know, like the way I'm saying this, it kind of sounds like I'm, you know, that girl's my property, and I kind of feel kind of guilty saying that, but that's not where I'm coming from. So she's getting a lot more into him than me, and you know, spending less time talking to me and more time talking to him. And also, he's a troublemaker, you know, he's all that, like, he's the type of guy that would do all the drugs. He's the type of guy that, you know, like the cocky asshole that everyone hates at school, and that's who he was. And he was, you know, very smart. He would always be like that one guy, like you know how in The Breakfast Club, John Bender, he'd probably be John Bender. I mean, I love John Bender, but I guess, you know, dealing with a real life John Bender as the guy who, you know, you don't really like, you know, it's really hard to deal with that, and I hate dealing with people like that. So he was like the John Bender, except probably like the Mexican version of John Bender. or what I don't know, the Spanish version of John Bender, and so it wasn't pretty. So, you know, they're getting all involved, and she's laughing at his jokes, and his jokes were terrible. And I think he actually tried asking her out on a date once, and it was pretty funny. It's like, oh, I think he made like a really corny ass. He made a really corny airport joke where, which made no sense at all because we're in school, not in an airport. But like he was he was secretly texting, and he couldn't get good reception in the school, and so he goes, "Yo, my reception must be bad." And you know, this is when Brooke is looking over his shoulder. He's like, "Oh my God, he's so cool. He's texting when he's not supposed to." And you know, he's like, "Oh, my reception's bad." And I think he said some stupid thing like, "Oh, it must be you because your beauty's blocking my reception." And I'm just sitting like across the table, and I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me!" And I'm just thinking to myself, "There's no way she's gonna like that." And guess what happens? She turns out, "Oh my God, that's so sweet, thank you," and she loves it to death. And I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me!" And like, here's me, the guy who's been trying his ass off to impress this woman. And I tried acting mature, and I didn't do corny shit like that, and turns out that's exactly what the girl likes. So, and it's funny because then I did a stupid joke, and I tried thinking of like the dumbest thing possible. I think I said something like, "Oh, my pencil's broken" or something, and I don't know. It was something out of like her number. What was it? Well, actually, no, it had nothing to do with the pencil. I actually made out this. It was actually, you know, now that I think of it, it was extremely sexual, and I guess she took it in that way, and she got really turned off by it. And I said, "You know what, baby, you better have some flood insurance because it's gonna get wet in here." And then I was trying to do some corny ass joke like that Kid Kai said, but I went way too overboard with the sexual crap, and she, you know, kind of backed away from that. And you know, towards the end of the year, everything kind of slowed down a bit, and then you know, in math class, I was always the one kid that gave her a pencil. And I guess, you know, as time went on, I kind of felt a bit, you know, it's like, you know, what if I wasn't the guy who gave her the pencil? Like, would there be another guy who would give her the pencil? And I wouldn't become that one guy that gave her the pencil. Some other guy would have taken my spot, and I would have just been some random person in the classroom that she never talks to. So towards the end of the year, I actually tried asking her out, and, you know, of course, she denied and said no. And she's like, I mean, she's like, you know, we don't really know each other that well, and I think it'd be kind of weird. And I'm just sitting there kind of dumbfounded, and I'm just like, I've been in your math class for the entire year and your physics class, and you tell me, and we've talked numerous times, and you're telling me that you don't think that we know each other at all? So that's when I came to the conclusion I was just your pencil boy. But anyway, that was my first attempt at actually getting a girlfriend. Hope you guys enjoyed the story. Got a few laughs out of it. My next video, I'll try to be a little bit more energetic. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.